So you go top of the second round of the Kansas City Chiefs, and sometimes falling a little bit in the draft by a few slots gets you to a better team. So you fall into Andy Reid, and the Hunt family's amazing, and Brett Veach. These are top people in the NFL. So you get to Kansas City. Did you know, when did you start figuring out, okay, because you got there before Mahomes. When did you start figuring out, listen, this has a chance to be really special? Was it when Mahomes arrived?
No, it was actually before Mahomes. When I realized the guys that I'm playing with and then what we were doing, I think we got a bye my first year in the league. And then the second year we had, I think the second year Pat came in.
Yep.
And that changed everything because we had the pieces the first year. But Alex Smith had some situations, but we moved on from that and got Pat. But Pat was throwing no-look passes and all of that in practice when he was a rookie. And, he was on the scout team then. And that's when Bob Sutton was coaching the defense. He was throwing no-look, diming us on the defense, and I knew he was going to be special then.
So when he Patrick Mahomes is the greatest scout team quarterback ever. So he's a kid. He's on the scout team, and you guys are all saying, "Oh my God, look at this guy."
1,000%. He was going to be special. I knew it.
Compare Mahomes and Dak just as dudes?
They're a little different. The leadership-wise, they're the same, but the way they play the game is a little different.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Patrick's a little more of an ad-libber.
Yeah. Not saying Dak isn't. It's just Dak doesn't – he's not right now where Pat is right now.
So you guys, the offense with Kansas City is not a question. The defense this year struggled initially. There were some injuries. And then all of a sudden about week 11, week 12, we started going on the air, and we're like, something's clicking. What was it? Was it just a matter of we're all playing together? Because about week 12, Chris Jones joining us, the defense started clicking. And that's when we all kind of went, that's when Vegas, that's when all the insiders are like, okay, it's all now working. What was going on every week at practice about week 12 with the defense?
What people don't know, since week 5, that's the last time we had everyone healthy on defense. Week 11, we finally got everyone healthy and back on defense, and we was able to mend and
mesh everything.
Because we didn't have everybody back. We was playing with backup guys in starting roles, and that was new for them. It was good for them, but it was new. And when you have a rookie and you ask him to take 30 to 40 snaps, it can go two ways. It can go, the good way, he out-excels himself, or it can go the bad way.
Overwhelmed.
He need a little time.
Yeah. So you get hot. It's interesting because last year, early in the year, you faced Baltimore, and you gave Lamar Jackson troubles. And then after you gave him a little trouble, he went about 9 weeks and ate the league for lunch, maybe about 11 weeks. So when you faced Lamar the first time, what was it that worked for you guys? Because you were the first team to push back on him and give him trouble last year.
What was it was coming into the game, there was a huge going on fourth down team. And if you look at the game, they went for it on fourth down 4 times.
We
stopped them twice.
Yep.
And that would change the whole game right there because the second time we stopped them, I think we was on their 40-yard line, and we got the ball back, and Mahomes scored. And that kind of changed the game. Got them out of the running game, forced them to be a passer.
There you go. You are going to be franchise tagged. Now, we talk about this all the time. The NFL just asked, the NFL wants a 17-game schedule. You guys are going to fight back and forth. But let's start with the franchise tag. I think it's great for players if you're not a quarterback. If I'm a defensive lineman and you franchise tag me, I get a whole bunch of money for a year. It's obvious Kansas City wants you long term, but they want to do this for a year, get it sorted out because they know they got to pay Mahomes $1 zillion. And it's okay if it does. Does it offend you a little bit? Like, well, why can't I get a long-term deal?
A little bit. It's like a mix of emotions because you figure, after 4 years, you do everything the right way within the team way, and you try to stay under the lines, out of trouble, and be a good citizen for the team and for the city. You expect to be rewarded. So, You know, when you hit with a franchise tag, it can go different ways. You can feel like they're not valuing you, or they're not valuing what you bring to the table, or you can look at it as giving them time to get their horses in a cage and get something together.
How do you feel today about it?
I'm mixed emotions. I feel a little bit like every team in this league has the opportunity to franchise a good player, and
You're more
I'm
than
the
a
lucky
good player.
guy. I'm the lucky guy.
Chris, you're the lucky guy. I get it. I mean, I got to be honest with you. If my company franchise tagged me, I'd be like, well, I thought you liked me. I get it.
Yeah.
Lucky.
It's no hard feelings. It's the business.
Yeah, but there's a little hard. It's okay.
It's a little hard.
Yeah.
It's a little hard. It's like, damn, what else y'all want me to do? I got to go out and get 30 sacks, 35 sacks to show y'all I can, you know.
I get it, man.
But the beautiful thing about the franchise tag, it can go one or two ways. The team either long-term you and have you for the future, or they're going to trade you. So
I mean, you're going to get paid either way. You know that.
Either way. Yeah, either way.
It'd be nice to get paid when you have Mahomes as a quarterback.
Yeah, it would be nice to get paid in Kansas City and stay with Mahomes and what they're building over there, what we're building. It's exceptional. I feel like we're building a dynasty, and for Brett Veach, it's about looking at the team, analyzing what you can lose and what you have to keep.
Right.
So,
to me, you feel like in this league, it's funny. Chris Jones joining us. Chris, I always feel like there's four things you got to have in this league. Now, you obviously have to have a good coach and a good GM. You got to get the quarterback. You have to have a left tackle. You got to protect him.
Got to.
Okay. You got to have an elite defensive lineman. You got to be able to. You force people to double team. You have to have. The fourth position's interesting. I used to think it was a corner. I'm starting to think now the way the rules are, it's got to be a receiver. And I never thought that my whole life. Quarterback, left tackle, dominant defensive lineman, weapon on the outside. That's how it, and you got, so to me, you're a cornerstone guy. I can live with a good Sam linebacker. I don't need a world beater. I can live with good safeties. I don't have to have Ed Reed. But do you feel like I'm a cornerstone guy?
I do. You actually watch my stats over the last 4 years. I feel like I've gotten better and better for this defense, and I feel like I've positioned myself in a position to be a cornerstone guy.
Let's talk about the NFL's come out and said, listen, 17 games. Now, obviously, you can negotiate. You guys can take off preseason games. Maybe you get a second bye. Maybe you get more insurance when you retire. What is your gut feeling on, Chris, just one more game? What's your gut feeling on that?
No, please no. Listen, I looked at the CBA agreement, and they got some good stuff in there, especially with the scout team guys getting up to 10,000. You know, that's a huge jump from 3,500 to 10,000. That's life changing.
A month?
A week.
Oh, a week?
Yeah.
A scout guy gets 40,000 a month?
Well, a practice squad guy.
Okay, practice squad guy.
Yes, so that's a huge jump. But 17 games and taking away a bye for the second seed, I don't like that because those buys are important. You know, we around week 15, it get crucial. You started feeling everything. You run, your knees, your elbows. You start feeling everything from week 1. So that bye is critical. Unless they're going to give us 2 buys in the season, then it's okay.
So that's interesting because I thought about this morning. If they said, okay, I'll be the league, you're the player. We're going to do this right now, live.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Chris, we'll give you a second bye, 1 fewer preseason game, and 10-year insurance once you retire.
Okay, I can't agree to that because I got to go on the workload within a week and the workload on training camp. How will they adjust to the workload?
Okay, well, what would you like, Chris?
Well, if it was up to me and I was the president of the NFL, I am actually I'm taking away padded practice to 5 practices.
And there's only 14 now.
Yeah, just 5.
All year?
For training camp.
So
5
only
for training
5
camp.
padded practices for training camp.
1,000%.
Boy, that's a cream puff league. That's not much physicality.
I know. You're going to give us 17 games, then, you know, the physical part, you got to take something away. To get something, you got to take something away. And I say take away the padded practices.
That was a very tough negotiation right there.
Yeah,
So your whole thing is, listen, man, I want to play for a while. I don't want to get hit in practice.
Yeah. So you telling me for 17 weeks I'm gonna get beat up in practice and still add another game? At least give me another bye week. Take more padded practices away. Take more time away from the facility on our days off. Training camp, they give you a 24-hour grace period. Within the 24 hours, you still have a curfew. I say take away the curfew, give us 2 days off, take away the padded practice, and et cetera, make a few more adjustments. And
what do you think this is, the NBA?
Might as well. Y'all got to put the players first, man. You know what I mean?
No, I get it, Chris. All right. You went to the combine. You had it was a little malfunction stuff, whatever. Yeah. It was not a great moment, right, for you?
It was great. Hey, listen, I actually was telling somebody 2 days ago, I would have rather that happen to me than anyone else. So I feel like I was chosen for that. You had
a uniform malfunction during the combine.
Correct.
And it just you were okay with it.
1,000%. It was perfect. It was perfect for not only for me but for the combine. I got a lot of great deals out of that.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.